My name is Róisín McCormack, and I am the Programme Coordinator for the Science and Technology Studies courses here in the Centre. Just to advise you that this webinar is being recorded and will be made available to you shortly after the webinar. In saying that, you might like to turn off your cameras and mute your mic just so that it doesn't share. I'm now just going to run through some of the information, and I'll begin by introducing you to our panelists. Padraig Conneely and Adam Collins will discuss the Advanced Manufacturing Diploma programs that are on offer this coming year. They're new to the suite of programs in the Science and Technology courses. And also we're joined by Sarah Silke, who was a student on both our degree program here in the Science and Technology Studies program. And before that, Sarah studied one of our diploma level 8 programs, Lean and Quality Systems. And Sarah will just share some insights from her experiences while studying with us here in the centre. So I'll just begin with our RPL here that we allow here in the centre. So recognition for prior learning is a process by which previous learning is formally valued by University of Galway. So it's most commonly used for RPL in science and technology studies programs for entry to the course. While learners may not meet the standard entry criteria, for example, an applicant may not have the required level 7 program already completed, but they may have a level 6 and also may have a number of years of experiences, relevant work experience. For example, to gain entry to one of the diploma level 8s, we will take that into consideration. Also, recognition for prior learning, or RPL, is also relevant where a student believes they may be eligible for exemption of one or more modules on a course. This is more relevant, in relation to our diploma or degree program. So that will also be taken into consideration. And for further information on this, you can contact Suzanne Golden, who is our RPL officer. And you can the email address is available there, rpl@University of Galway. Micro-credentials and fee subsidy. We have a great number of micro-credentials currently on offer here in the centre. Information on all our micro-credentials, including their duration, the method of delivery and course content and learning outcomes, is available on the following web address. We have substantial fee subsidies to support adult learners returning to higher education, so it's definitely worth taking a look at these micro-credential modules on the website. Springboard funding. Springboard funding is also available here in the centre, and two of the programmes that Padraig and Adam will speak about are available through Springboard funding, which I will mention in a couple of minutes. Springboard funding is a government initiative, and it's offering free and heavily subsidised courses. Springboard eligibility criteria may be found at this web address, and Springboard programs specifically lead to qualifications in areas where there are employment opportunities in the economy. And again, as I mentioned, two of our programs have Springboard funding allocated to them, and these are the Diploma in Digitally Enabled Connected Medical Devices and the Diploma in Digitalisation of Manufacturing Processes. And we'll discuss them a little bit further later on. SUSI funding. So SUSI funding came in for our degree program last year. And this is now eligible for our SUSI funding. Now you cannot study more than 50 credits in 1 year. So and this is relevant for the degree program, and it will suit a lot of students going from the diploma up to the degree. And there are other eligibility criteria, which is explained in detail on their website, which is outlined here. So from there, here are the other funding opportunities available. So we received fantastic news there just in the last week or two that along with the springboard funding for 2 of our courses, you will see that we now have secured funding for 4 more of our diploma level 8 courses and the postgraduate certificate in key enabling technologies. So, and this funding ranges from 40 to 80%. And then the springboard funding ranges from 90 to 100%. So again, you will find more information on this funding available on our website for under each individual course. So firstly, I would like to start off by mentioning the Diploma in Foundation Studies in Science and Technology Engineering. Now, this course is run by the Mature Students Office. So this is just a little bit separate from our own office here in the centre. It runs 2 evenings per week on campus and also approximately 2 Saturdays per month from September to May. It's suitable for students over 22 years of age and can be used as equivalent to a leaving cert for those who are interested in moving on towards full-time education, either in University of Galway or ATU in such areas such as engineering, science, computer science or health science. It's a level 6 programme and the academic modules are, you will see below, are maths, biology, chemistry and physics. And there's also support modules included, which are academic writing, study skills, technology and career, and college guidance. The fees for the programme in 24-25 were 380 for those who are employed and 60 for those who are unemployed. And the Mature Students Office hope that the fees will remain the same for 25-26. So you will find more information on that programme at the email address below. So in relation to our own science and technology courses, I just have the structure and course listings laid out below, including the NFQ levels. So our diploma is a level 7, which can be completed in 2 to 4 years. The degree is a level 8, which is 2 to 4 years. And then I have listed out the diploma level 8 courses, which are 1 year long. Some are online only, and some of them are more blended because there are labs involved in those. And then the PG cert in key enabling technologies is blended, and it's 30 credits at level 9, and that's also 1 year. So the Diploma in Science and Technology Studies, this is at level 7. And this program is run by ourselves here in the centre, and it's mainly directed towards students in the medtech, pharma and high-tech environments, and would be of interest to individuals who, for example, work as product builders and would like to maybe progress within their companies and who may need a level 7 qualification to do so. It also allows for upskilling for progression where you may need a certain skill set. And students who study the diploma programme will study core modules covering foundations subjects such as science, engineering, management and IT. And also you will complete 2 work-based projects. And students will also develop transversal skills, including problem solving, decision making and communication skills. The programme structure is particularly designed to allow for flexibility. It is delivered in a blended manner, mostly online Saturday tutorials with some in-person Saturday tutorials. Some modules will include labs such as chemistry and physics, and assessments are both continuous and exam based. The award is 120 credits at level 7, and students studying the programme have the option to progress to the degree or our diploma level 8 programmes. Applicants must be 21 years or older by January 1st in the year of entry. A minimum pass standard of ordinary level leaving cert mathematics is required. And if you don't have this level of maths, please do contact me. An international English language testing system certificate is required if English is not your first language. And then the degree. The degree programme is a similar format to the diploma and it targets a similar audience. The programme introduces students to areas of applied and specialist knowledge found in today's high-tech environments through the provision of elective streams, allowing specialisation in areas of interest, which Padraig and Adam will outline for you. It also helps improve managerial skills, academic project management and transversal skills through completion of a major work-based project, leading to a better understanding of a student's workplace, assisting with professional development. The degree programme further enhances a student's skill set to enhance their career prospects within their workplace. The programme structure is similar or the same as the diploma in that it is a blended form of learning. The award again is 120 credits and it's at level 8 degree. And on completion, you may progress to a postgraduate study. Then the diploma level 8 and the postgraduate certificate level 9. So we also offer 5 independent diploma programs and a PG cert in our range of courses. And these diplomas are linked to our degree in Science and Technology Studies. They are 30 credits at level 7 minor awards, and each diploma is a year-long programme. And the PG cert in Key Enabling Technologies is again 30 credits at level 9 programme, and it again is a year-long programme. So I'll ask Padraig and Adam to speak to those diplomas and the PG cert now. Thanks, Padraig and Adam.
Thanks, Rosie. Yeah. So this slide will just give you a quick overview of where the different programs fit into the manufacturing cycle, let's say, and where the funding mechanisms align with those programs as well. So you can see just a quick flow chart here that's an overview of a typical production process where you're going from materials through manufacturing processes into components, systems, products, and eventually going to the market. And you can see kind of roughly where our courses stack up. So we've got in transforming the materials into components, we've got manufacturing automation, which is eligible for funding through Industry 4.0 SkillNet. When looking at systems and manufacturing systems, we've got the sustainability of manufacturing systems course. And when looking at the products, then we've got this digitally enabled connected medical devices course, which is eligible for Springboard Plus funding. Focusing in on the processes along the bottom line, then we've got intelligent manufacturing, Industry 5.0, which we'll give you an overview on in just a moment. We've got the PG cert in Key Enabling Technologies, as we mentioned earlier, and we've got the digitalization of manufacturing processes. So you may wish to refer back to that slide just to see maybe when you're trying to figure out which course suits you and which funding mechanism applies. So it's good a little overview to have. Rosie, if you can move on to the next slide, please. Okay, so this is the Diploma in Manufacturing Automation, taught by myself and Adam mainly. This is a very good option for people who are maybe working as a product builder and might like to progress into a technician type role, or maybe you're in a technician type role and you might like to progress to a maintenance or an engineering type of role. Okay, so again, it's lining up with positions that are difficult to fill or positions where there's a lot of growth at the moment. You've got 3 10-credit modules. So the modules are listed here below. So we've got robotics and automated systems with project, enterprise simulation for digital twinning with project, and programming sensors and actuators with project. So the key word there in each of those modules is with project. So a large amount of the learning will be a project that you work on yourself in your own time. Ideally, if you could come into the course with the project in mind, if there's somewhere that you're working and there's an application that you think maybe we could automate that using robots or conveyors or PLCs. Maybe we've got a bottleneck in a process that might benefit from some simulation and a digital twin. So ideally, if you could come in with a project in mind, it'll greatly assist you. But if you're not already in a manufacturing environment we should have a list of suitable projects that you could work on alternatively. The delivery method is blended, so generally you will have one lecture online on a Saturday morning per month, but we will be bringing you on site for a lab roughly once per semester per subject. So you'll probably come on site for 3 labs over the course of the year. The labs, the students in the past have found them very, very useful. So you get hands-on experience with some equipment. So for example, in the robotics and automated systems one, you'll work away at home on some programming using simulation software, and then you'll come into the lab and you'll program a educational robot to do something similar to what you were working on at home. So it helps to anchor the learning, helps to give you some hands-on experience, and to meet your classmates and to meet your lecturers as well. So similarly, with the enterprise simulation and digital twinning module, you'll work on some software packages that allow you to simulate manufacturing processes, look at what would happen if you needed to ramp up or ramp down, or if you've got bottlenecks in the process and you need to add in additional equipment or change process steps around. And the programming sensors and actuators module, you'll get introduced to different types of sensors that you might use in industrial automation, safety systems, do some PLC programming, and again, use simulation software and use some physical industrial spec hardware then in the lab. Okay, Rosie, if you want to move on to the next slide. Thank you. So the Diploma in Intelligent Manufacturing Industry 5.0. So this is aimed at maybe a slightly higher level than the previous course. So maybe you're an engineer or an engineering manager and you want to get up to speed with what modern, let's say, advanced technologies that might be used in the workplace of the future are. So again, similar kind of emphasis on the first 2 modules. So you'll get introduced to robotics, a lot of heavy focus on applications and programming. So maybe not as much maths and physics as you might encounter in other robotics modules, and really more so looking at applications and where applications might go in the future, and then giving you a little bit of hands-on experience of programming robotics and other automated systems using simulation software. Again, for the enterprise simulation, so very similar to the overview I just gave. And then finally on the data-enabled manufacturing. So looking at manufacturing processes, how to extract data, how to build visualizations, and use that data to make informed decisions, let's say. Again, just emphasizing that there's a project aspect to all of these modules. So either come with a project in mind, or else you'll be picking a project that we assign to you. So next slide, please, Rosie, and I'll hand over to Adam for the next couple.
Yeah, thanks, Padraig. My name is Adam Collins, and as we said, so I'm a lecturer for some of these modules along with Padraig and others. And so I'm just going to talk maybe through the next couple of diplomas. I think you might have skipped one there, Rosie. Just go back one. So this diploma then, so digitalization of manufacturing processes. So this is quite cross-cutting across many industries. So I suppose it's about improving manufacturing processes through digitalization, which is kind of relevant to any manufacturing process, really. So it's quite general, we feel. And the 3 kept it simple. Like there's 3 modules that you'll take in this diploma. So we'll start maybe kind of earlier in the manufacturing chain. We're talking about the take material science module. And I guess the question we're trying to answer here is the materials we're using in our tools or in our product, are they the best for the job? And kind of what information can we collect from the materials as it's being manufactured, or from the tools as the product's being manufactured? What can we collect? What data can we collect to feed back to make more informed decisions? The next module then is manufacturing technology. So this is, how can we optimize our cutting, joining, sintering, texturing, whatever processes we're using. We'll learn about these processes. We'll learn about how we can optimize them, again, through collecting data and analyzing that data and finding optimization we can make to improve the process in the future. And then the last module is on more advanced techniques. In this case, we'll be talking about laser, laser processing, laser texturing, lasers used in manufacturing, to give a future perspective. And as Padraig's already said a few times, these all have a project element, and it's great if there's something relevant you can take from your workplace to bring in that we can work on. That's great, but if not, it's okay. We will have a list of projects to pull from that we can work on. So just to make that point again, if you want to jump to the next slide, please, Rosie. So this diploma then is obviously, it's more focused on medical devices. So in Ireland, or in Galway in particular, medical device manufacturer is a really big employer. So I guess it's, you have your Boston Scientific, Medtronic, Dexcom openings. So it's people are kind of in these companies, in these industries that are looking to upskill, looking to go for promotion. This would be quite a well-suited diploma, we feel. So 4 modules will take in this case. So the idea of that, the first module will be on scalable science, technology, and innovation. What does that mean? So it's kind of it's a module on how we can, look at a problem and look at the current solution, whatever the medical device currently is, and try and see if there's any gaps in the solution. Is there anything we can improve? Is there any other problems that haven't been solved yet? It's a kind of a thought process or a framework to identify problems and kind of brainstorm solutions and come up with the best solution. That's what will happen in that first module. Then again, we have materials science. So we're saying, okay, you want to make, a catheter or whatever it might be. What is the best material that we can use in the catheter, and what's the science that underpins that? So we'll be learning that in the materials science module. Then design of engineering. So we want to make our product, to achieve a certain performance. What's the best engineering system we can use to manufacture this product? That will be in design of engineering systems module. And then obviously, whenever you're making medical devices, there's very strict regulatory framework that goes around this. So we need to learn about that and be cognizant of it. So there'll be a module on regulatory compliance as well to finish out that diploma. So it's 4 modules in this case. And this diploma and the previous one, as has already been said, are on the Springboard funding. So it's very low enrollment cost. So it's a great opportunity, we think. So you can jump to the next one, please, Rosie. And then the last one then, so diploma in sustainability of manufacturing systems. So it's a bit self-explanatory, but we think this will be suitable. So some people may have a sustainability brief in their current role, or who are interested in the area. Maybe it's kind of a vocational thing. But in the future, since 2024, companies are required to record and report and take measures to reduce their emissions. So this is for large companies that are operating in the EU. This has been in place since last year. So it will be a growing area for these big multinationals that are operating in the EU. So I think it could be a good area to get into. We feel it is a good area to get into. There's 4 modules in this case again. So I suppose the environmental science, environmental management for organizations are kind of self-explanatory. Maybe the enterprise simulation for digital twinning with project. So we think what we would like to do here is we have a manufacturing line, the real world manufacturing line. We want to make a digital twin of this. So it's a model on a computer and, software that we have a license to. We want to estimate, the emissions from this manufacturing line, what the waste is from this manufacturing line. And then we can look at optimizing it in the software to reduce the emissions, reduce the waste, and then maybe implementing the solutions then in your real world manufacturing line. And then design of engineering systems. Obviously, you want to optimize your engineering systems again to reduce waste and reduce emissions. Those then are the 4 modules for that diploma.
Okay, just back to me on this one. So this is the postgraduate certificate in key enabling technology. So this is a level 9. It's aimed at people who have a level 8 degree already and who'd like to move on to something else. It may also serve as a stepping stone to those who want to get a master's. So it's 30 credits. Again, it's designed to equip students with an in-depth knowledge and innovative skills needed to effectively operate research-led enterprises. So we've got a list of modules here. So similar modules to what you just saw. You'll have to pick 3. So again, to build up the 30 credits. But there'll be a much heavier emphasis on research in this one. So Whereas in the other modules, you may be doing a work-based project. This will be more of a research based project. So you'll be delving more into the kind of fundamentals and learning a lot more about the subjects that you are taking. Okay, thanks everybody.
Thanks very much, Padraig and Adam. That's great. That's super information with all the diploma and the PG cert, and of course the funding opportunities that are available there. So now I'm going to introduce Sarah Silke, who has been our student with us for the last 3 years. So Sarah, I might actually just stop sharing and see if I can get Sarah on screen, if that's okay, Sarah.
Oh, great.
Thanks very much, Sarah.
No
How
problem at
are
all.
you? So, Sarah, I won't keep you for too long, and thanks very much for joining us today. I know you can kind of give some great insights now over the last few years of studying with us. So, I'll just start by asking you kind of what was your motivation in the first place to kind of start, to begin studying with us here in the centre?
So one of my decisions to return to college was driven by my role. So I'm a system maintenance analyst in Medtronic, and career advancement, you couldn't actually go any further without a relevant qualification in that field. And I had a qualification, but it wasn't relevant. Now, I had been to UCC, but it was over 30 years ago. So I was a little bit reluctant to start back with the full degree. So I started with the Lean Diploma. I went to an open day out in Salt Hill, and I met Suzanne Golden, and she gave me a lot of information about the RPL. So I started with the Lean Diploma, and once I kind of got my feet wet again, so to speak, there was an awful lot of support and guidance as well with the learning team. I very quickly switched to the degree program. For me also, I found the degree program great because it kind of got you up to date with current technology. A lot of stuff I would have done prior was completely outdated. And finally, it was a hybrid program. So it was online, and you had some Saturdays where you did go into the college just to meet with your lecturers and fellow students. And I really liked that hybrid because you were able to balance work and family with the studies.
That's great, Sarah. I'm glad to hear that it was such a positive experience for you here with us. And just, like kind of how we'll say, the time that you spent with us, like, the experience that you would have had, like with the modules and, going from we'll say the lean and you had much lesser modules there and then going into the degree. How did you find that transition, we'll say?
I had one probably very tough year where I took on quite a bit, but to be very fair, at every point in time, yourself especially will give you advice on how many modules to take on and what is manageable. For me, the degree program, it was really rewarding. It is hard, but it helped me an awful lot professionally. I was really impressed by the amount of various, and it is very varied, modules and the topics that the core and the elective modules offer. And that diversity, it kind of allowed me to tailor what I wanted to study around what I was doing with work. So it kind of mirrored what I was doing in Medtronic at the time. The learning materials were very engaging and they were very up to date. So it definitely helped with what I was working with. The tutors, if you ask for help, you will get help. I found the tutors absolutely superb, and there were some subjects I would have been really, really weak at because I hadn't done like maths or material processes. It was 30 years. So Adam, he was one of my lecturers. He literally had to teach me how to use an electronic calculator again. But it was brilliant, and I ended up doing. I was really proud actually of that course because I did not think I would manage it, and I did.
Yeah.
Support from your other students, get to know your other students. We had a WhatsApp group, cannot recommend it enough. If you feel you're alone, you're not. Everybody is in the same boat. They're struggling with assignments and work and everything. And talking to them really, really did help. Also, I would have to mention yourself, Rosie, and your colleagues. There is very little you cannot answer or cannot help with once you're told about it. So I would tell people to contact ye, to familiarize yourself with ye and your team, and if you have a problem, to let you know. There was countless times that I went to you for advice, for course items, what to pick, or if I was just having struggling a little bit, and you were able to help with everything or send me to the correct person. Um, the course itself, yes, it's challenging. It is very diverse and it is a lot with a full-time job, but it is manageable once you organize yourself. Once you organize yourself properly. So overall, it really helped with my confidence with the job I was doing in work, also with knowledge on stuff that I did not know about. Assessments. You will have to do quite a bit of research for the assessments, and you will engage with people in your workplace for these assessments that you would not have normally. So you get an awful lot of knowledge of other projects that are going on in your workplace that you wouldn't actually know about. So
Yeah.
that's my overall overall opinion on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's so true. And you're just talking there about organizing yourself, Sarah, and like it's so true. And I suppose that's kind of managing your time and that kind of thing. So that's, I suppose, my next question. How did you manage your time on the program, like while you were studying?
So the course itself suited me because it was hybrid and an awful lot of it was online. I particularly found the tutorials that were online and recorded really beneficial, purely because I was able to go back over something that I didn't understand. There would have been certain modules I'd have been stronger at and others weaker at. When courses were done online and they were recorded, I could go back over and over and over again to learn something. So I loved that flexibility. Um, there was also the in-person tutorials and practice sessions. It was really nice to actually meet people face to face, your lecturers and your fellow students. And through that, that's where we developed our support networks and our WhatsApp groups. I was also traveling with my work at the time, so um, I wouldn't have managed it had it all been on site. So that's why the hybrid of it being online and on site really worked for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um, so and just I suppose on that then, what advice would you give future students to the program?
So my biggest piece of advice would be ask for help. There is a full support system in place, and it does make a huge difference. Um, Talk to your course coordinator. They're incredibly knowledgeable. You're very approachable, and they will always have answers or be able to direct you to somebody who will. Whether it's about timetables, finance, academic integrity, anything you need, there is a wide support team there. So do ask for help. Um, Make the most of your lecturers. Your lecturers do actually want you to do well. Um, some of them are very passionate about their subjects. They will go through things in detail with you if you show interest and you genuinely want to learn. All of my lecturers helped me with assessments or clarifications or things I didn't understand. Um, your classmates, talk to your classmates. Generally, if you're having a problem, they're having the same problem. One person will be stronger at something, they'll be able to help you, and you'll be stronger at something that you can help them with. And it really does help with your confidence, and it boosts how you do in the program as well. Um, my third one would be, and it is much easier said than done, is to try and align the assignments that you do with something that you're doing in work. If you try and do something outside of work, you're actually doing two jobs. So if you can align your assignment with what you're doing in the workplace, you're reducing the burden of the course as well. It helps with the real life situations that you're dealing with in work, and also you're reinforcing the knowledge that you're learning and you're contributing to your job without doing everything twice. And finally, don't leave the assessments till the last minute. I can't stress this one enough. And do not get me wrong, it's easier said than done, and I did it myself. Try to break them into smaller tasks and plan ahead, if at all possible. People are very good for giving extensions, but try not to take an extension because there is another assignment coming after that extension. So it just reduces the stress for yourself. So you know what your assignments are, know what's coming, and try and break them into small manageable parts so that you don't get overwhelmed. It is hard, it is challenging, but it was fantastic, and I was really happy that I finished. I was very proud of myself to finish it, and I did it in the 3 years, and I did the diploma as well. So I really enjoyed it. So.
Absolutely, Sarah. And well done, well done. Yeah, thanks very much. No, that was really insightful, and it was I'm sure it was very interesting for everyone to hear about. I'm just going to share the last slide there now, if I can. Just one second now. Is that sharing there? Just one second, sorry now. I just go to the next on there. So I just want to share just the email address there, sciencetech@universityofgalway.ie, and you can apply at universityofgalway.ie/adult learning/apply. And there's also a QR code there to visit the website. And you can email us with any questions you might have following the webinar, and we'd be very happy to help you and answer any questions that you might have. Thanks very much to everyone for joining us, and thanks to Padraig, Adam and Sarah and the program team for helping us out there in the chat.